13 minutes na lang mga boss. Nag-relive ulit ako. Kaya man itong ano 1 hour gawa natin. What? Ay naku, ano kaya kasi yun eh. Kaya isang oras. Uy, bossing, thank you, thank you. Kapag it's bossing event. Thank you, bossing. Salamat mo. Totoo yung mola yun? Basa ko. Ito na yung the main platform, right? Okay. Kinail. Formation 2. Can we live stream direct? Oh, can live stream the review call of stream. Created uh created the video based on dead copy of ito na hindi pwede after first week. Yun, 2 pwede both.
Today is broken.
Na to.
Ang aray mo, ayoko. Gagawa ko pare plus 10. Mamaya, sampulan ko kayo plus 10. Bago tayo mag-out. Gawa tayo plus 10 weapon, pre. Gusto nyo makakita ng ano, pre? Carry na plus 10. Hanap tayo dito na maganda. Carry plus 10. Ay, ito, carry, oh. Gawin natin plus 10 to. Weapons. Ilan dagdag na ito kapag ka na ano? Oh, mas mataas pa rin yung storm, pre. Carry light. Plus 13 lang talaga. Pwede ba benta, ano to? Pwede ba benta asawa, boss, pang upgrade lang? O hindi huwag niyo benta yung asawa niyo. Magiging partner niyo yan habang buhay, pre. Hanggang sa kabilang buhay na yan. Once na kinasal kayo. Boss, maganda daw kasi siya, kaya basic lang siya kinakwarto. Uy! Aanin mo naman yung ganda, pare, kung madami nang nagamit. Ay, sorry. Ano to? Question. Ito maganda to. Question for mission. Do we need to rebroadcast the YMIRCUP World Championship match on June 28 to 27 to 28? Answer, yes. Streamer must rebroadcast either the YMIRCUP World Championship and or ay. Uy, salamat piso pare sa 100 seeds. Shoutout and God bless you. Thank you din sa pag-follow, Stimo. Yun pala, pwede na. Pwede na pala kami magpasa mamaya para sa coupon, mga tol. Pwede na pala kami magpasa. It's either, di ba? Ang sabi, it's either eh. So, either the YMIRCUP World Championship and or the Legend match. Okay, all goods na. So, gagana na to mamaya. Papasa na tayo. So, if ever, may coupon na tayo bukas. Uy, salamat kay Z, men, sa 350 seeds. Yan, shoutout pare. And God bless you, men. Salamat kay Z. Oy, plus 10 epic daw, oh. Naku po. Sendan mo muna ako Gcash, boss, bago magpitik, pampaswerte. Ito guys, sa totoo lang mga tol alam ko, maganda din mga buhay nyo. Kamusta kayo dyan? Okay ba kayo dyan? Sa totoo lang mga bro case, potangin nyo naman ako, 1k lang. Baka may 1,000 kayo dyan guys. Ako naman sendan nyo. Aray ko, joke lang. Ay ko binabato ko. Biro lang yun guys Wala pa namang message. Wala, mahina dapat yung suot mo para worth. Okay. Zappy, uy! Anong anak-anak yan? 1k lang ba? Uy, may pawahanti, oh. Sakto, boss. Sana mabilis madedo yung may kabit, mabangga ng 10. Ay, parang may pinagdadaanan to si Shisha. Parang galit na galit dun sa may mga kabit. Ano to? Mabangga ng 10 ton ng trailer. Saan? Saan? Mga kabit? According to the law, it's not siyempre hindi siya allowed. Pero, siyempre we cannot judge them di ba? Only God can judge them. If they ask for forgiveness, they will be forgiven. Parang ganun yun. But according to the law, sa law ni Moses before, so, bawal talaga. Yung may mga ganyang adultery, no? Pero yun nga, God can only forgive mga tol. Yun talaga yung sagot yan. Kung hihingi sila ng kapatawaran kay God, they will be forgiven, no? For me, against, kasi syempre may asawa ako eh. Kung wala akong asawa, hindi wala akong asawa, wala akong responsibilidad. Aray ko. Lakas mo makasend seeds dyan, pero panggatas ng anak mo, wala. Hoy, sabi, AKK. Lang, game na guys. Mamaya na tayo maglukuhan dito. Toto tayo, start na.
Start na. Uy.
Welcome back to YMIRCUP World Championship Season 2.
Si Bella.
Our first match, King Server
Isa kaya,
is done and
kaya nga by
dusted.
the way, kumain ka na.
More excitement and tension growing.
Isha, wag mo na isipin, gawa na lang tayo bagong memory. Sabihin mo si commander mo, boss Juso, talagang mapagmahal ka lang. Pray ka talaga.
Bakit yung kay Juso?
Wait lang mga tol, start tayo.
Kay Juso. Kaya pala, kanina. Yun. Inaano ko. Start na siya, boss. Bakit wala yung ano ko? Ba?
That you could remember to put the alphabets K, R at the end of the coupon when redeeming it. You guys know the drill. And our last battle for the ticket to the finals begins. Chess server and Sombra server are about to have a big fiery showdown. Which team will advance to the finals? I have no idea, and I'm super excited. So we're gonna send it over to G-Clef and Wolf and get to the games.
Tatlo.
YMIRCUP World Championship Season 2, we are back with our second match of the day. I have a feeling match 2 is going to be a lot more contest than match number 1, Wolf.
Well, I'm really hoping so, G-Clef, because match number 1 ended up ending in like 13 minutes and 52 seconds or something like that.
Quite one-sided, to be honest.
Incredibly quick, and I think no one necessarily expected the strategy that we saw there from Kings to just rush in and go for the tower victory straight away. Both of these teams have been able to watch that match and potentially even adjust or adapt their strategy based on what they saw already. So really curious to see how the evolution of this tournament will continue.
Maybe if one team thinks that they have much more power, or in terms of number compared to the other team, maybe they can just go straight to the center and take the big tower.
Ano naman, ano natin 1 hour lang. Kahit 1 hour lang para book, wala na tayong gagawin. Book.
Numbers, not just the number of people, warriors participating in the battlefield, the power between the two teams. It's a lot more closer compared to match number 1 that we have. So I think this will be quite a fight, actually, into like 40, 50 minutes even. Maybe at the end of the timer for 1 hour.
Yeah, I mean, I hope we get to see a really big crown contest. We did hear in the post-game interview that, you know, they were saying, the Kings representative said that the chess server is considered to be the heavy favorites, right? And I think I and you would both agree with that. But that they know Sombra is quite strong. They know that that server actually has a lot more power than I think people realize. So maybe this matchup, and hopefully this matchup, will be a lot closer.
I think so. The moment they get in, I think they will get like some feelings, test the waters a little bit, because Sombra does have really big powerhouse players, certainly. I think they have to really pinpoint them down first and then try to see, okay, can we actually nail them down with the amount of forces that we have, strategy that we have prepared? If that fails, then, you know, chess might be in a rush and they might turn into a different strategy. I think because we are somewhat tighter in terms of power between the two.
Sana naman umabot tayo dun. So 30 minutes. Kaya siguro. Kahit 1 hour lang. Mag 1 hour lang tong live natin.
For some of the bosses, which you have to capture if it's somewhat matching numbers.
Yeah, I would hope to see that, because that's how the battlefield is designed.
Pa naman, boy.
I don't think that with a much closer number of players in the actual battlefield itself, that you would be able to just go straight to the tower victor. But time will tell. Is our second semifinal here for Season 2 is about to be kicked off here. It's chess against Sombra.
Yes, coming to meet our warriors on the stage, YMIRCUP semifinals match number 2. Chess versus
Match
Sombra.
2 na tayo, match.
First team, they've united as one for this YMIRCUP. Chess server.
Chess server
coming
out onto the stage.
Kaya yung kanina.
Their banner in.
Alam ko si Boss MC yun.
Big favorite coming into this matchup, but very
Boss MC to, alam ko.
Pre-game halftime interview as well as we
Yan,
do
boy.
see Master H, Akma, Caesar, and Brolu take the
si
stage
Low.
here amongst applause.
Pala yun.
See if they can live up to the expectations that have been set. They look confident, but also very gentlemanly as well, as we saw in that pre-game interview.
Yeah, exactly. And they mentioned that it's all about the teamwork, but their opponent came together all the way to Korea to create one great achievement. Sombra server.
Sombra all the way from SA. And Sombra himself is going to take the stage here. Our special guest to cheer on his squad. Some thought-provoking glances here, some confidence out of Sombra himself, as we do have Haku as well joining on the stage. This team comes in again as underdogs, but a team that everyone respects, a server that is feared in SA.
Very strong team overall. See, as players take the stage, take the seats, and get ready for our big battle on the field. We'll have a lot more of them joining online. We just have the players here. On the stage, but you know, it's about
but the one it is named for, so that's why he's not taking the stage. Now, here are our representatives here for chess. We have Master H, with a recent name change. Akma, Caesar, and Brolu. These are the ones who were just on stage moments ago. As Master H, definitely the highest combat power player of these three at 455,000 as an archer in the D-Bro clan, which is a very notable clan here in chess.
Yeah, with TVZ and Roundtable, Checkmate, all really well-known clans, all put together to join in forces for this chess server to maybe win the semifinals, go all the way, and take the trophy home for Season 2. Their opponent, though, Sombra,
Vanin pala yun.
Yeah, now these three members
Vanin, Sombra, tsaka si Haku
earlier are all representatives of the same clan in Neverlost. So as you can see here, we have three different clans represented here. So they're all going to be communicating with their clans and with each other in the match. But on the other side here for Sombra, we have Haku, who's actually, as a rune fighter here, our sole representative of rune fighter in this tournament. So very excited to see how he's going to perform. Has a very, very strong amount of combat power at 460,000.
That's right. Compared to all the other classes, rune fighter relatively newer compared to the other classes. We don't have that many high tier, like top tier rune fighter compared to the other classes. But if you can manage to pull your power that high, you have a lot of bruising power, some damage by yourself, lots of CCs. You can also take damage and
kahit
bring
isang
in the
oras mo
forces
lang,
in the front
parang wala
line.
na akong gagawin
That's the
bukas.
power of rune fighter.
It takes a lot of mastery to be able to play rune fighter at this level and to know
Walang
when to
umabot
go
ng isang
in
oras
to
yung
find
match
that
na yun.
backline access, because you are a lot squishier than any other frontliners. So if you go in at the wrong moment, you will be focused down, you will be easily taken out. So he has to pick his battles correctly while managing so much more as we move into our second semifinal. Now, the big question on my mind going into this is, will we see a repeat of the rush to the Tower of Victory? Because you're saying you think probably not. I think there's still a chance that we could end up seeing, after what we saw last time and how much that choke point control mattered, a big brawl on the Tower of Victory. We're talking everyone on the server is fighting for control right at minute 1. But both these teams might not have prepared that strategy. They might want to look for base control and a slower approach, going for faster takes of the Tower of Occupyings, so that they can then get those boss bases and operate through that to then control the crown push.
The moment they go in and realize their starting points, I think they can go, they can immediately change the strategy and go for the normal base and rotate starting from the exterior into the choke points. There are only 3 big choke points when we come in from exterior into interior. And those are going to be like 12, 10, 9, 8 normal bases first. And then they work their way in if they go in. So I think that should be the first. If they have a big clash moment they start, I don't think they will go for the immediate tower. So we will see. We'll see how they form, because it seems like they need to do some extra testing before we actually hop into the game immediately. So we will have some time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you guys are all Legend of YMIR players. You guys have all followed, you know, I'd say probably a lot of you watching watched Season 1, and we've changed the rules here a little bit. We have the life system, which G-Clef and I talked about earlier, where you have 3 revives. But ultimately, you know how this works. We have 500 people coming into, around approximately 500
max
people
500.
going into this battle. So that means that we have people all over the world, in South America to Asia, right? Logging into this service. So thank you for your patience as we do make sure everyone's in, everyone has the correct settings, so we can have the most legitimate, best competitive integrity at the peak match possible. So bear with us.
And usually when I go through these like silver wars, of course or not that many times, so actually physically joining with the voices with the clans, but still when there's this much of a fight and because of reward, of course everyone's getting the reward, but if you get the first place, it's like there are some really good selectors that doubles. If you get doubled selector, then it's a lot more reward. Of course, even the second place, third place gets a lot of reward, but the first place, oh man, I don't even know. That's a big upgrade in your power.
Absolutely.
Also,
I mean,
for the entire server, so it's worth a lot.
It's worth so much, and it of course will make your server stronger for example, you know, a potential Season 3, right? And for the rest of time, right? So if you get that, it's such a permanent win for your server, for your region. And that's what you're fighting for here. You're fighting for more than just this match.
So it seems like we have a couple of minutes to set things up. So we'll have the coupon once again. I believe
It's
it
gonna
should
come
pop
up.
up
There
right
it
there.
is.
There it is.
And make sure that if you are watching this as a Korean and you
RCS.
are on the Korean server, you add KR to
At the end. Yeah, at the end to have the coupon code for the Korean coupon codes. It's available until July 4th, so you have about a week. But you better do it right now because you want all of these in
Don't
one
forget.
package.
I'll do it later. Don't do it later. Do it right now.
If you do it later, you oftentimes forget. That's the thing. You have to do it now or later. And likely we will have more coupon codes later. So do it
Also,
now. That's all you
As,
need.
You know,
Uh-huh.
Bella mentioned earlier, we do currently have an event where if you subscribe to the
Apat.
your global YouTube channel,
Yes.
you can actually get some rewards there as well. It'll be gifted globally. So if you haven't subscribed and you're just tuning in right now and you're watching, press that
Mga-
subscribe button.
I subscribed twice already. Wolf, did you?
I actually subscribed 4 times.
Oh, double. You have a lot of accounts. Nice. We need that number, though. We need that number to reach the maximum price. So go do it now if you haven't. And on top of that, we have so many Mirror Cup events happening in game. Like if you go in game and you log in every single day, there's like a gazillion pop up that you have to do not see this today, do not see this today, do not see this again today. Because there's so many events. This is a festival like YMIR Cup. There's so much
Absolutely.
going on, so much reward. If you go check all the rewards, there's so much that you should have got already. If you missed it, make sure to check each one of them, see what you can get even today.
I mean, if you're able to get some of these big rewards, then if you're, for example, watching this thinking one day I want to be in one of these clans that plays in the YMIR Cup World Championship in the future, right? Maybe that's one of the big steps that gets you closer and closer, gets you noticed.
To the top
Here's
ranked.
the YouTube sub button we talked about. We
Oh,
are
I hear
along the line.
we are only like 300 away
Wow.
from 95K, maybe 100K. I think I heard 300. Yeah, 300 away. Wow.
So
All of
get
you
in there.
watching now, get an extra account, hit that subscribe button, and we are on. I believe the last one has the most amount of prize, so
That's
better
what
do
it
it
looks
now.
like to me.
We already did it, so you should also join. And I'm sure Bella's doing it.
Tagal natin yung hero.
On the backstage right
Yes.
now.
Code lang natin.
Getting that number up. So not just these. There's
Tapos tanggalin natin
we
yung
can't go through all of them because there's
chats.
just so much
Chats, yeah.
going on. It's been
Para
going
yung
on
code
for the
lang
last
nandyan.
weeks since the tournament was announced, and it
Yeah.
will also continue after this weekend as well. And that it is going on in the game, and try to get all the rewards possible because you might end up needing those resources.
You will.
Maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow, maybe the next week when you try to level up, when you try to grind your gears higher. Towards the maximum. Maybe you're not in the top 700 yet, but in that line where you kind of can
You know, look.
try to push forward.
You always want to be prepared. We all know.
And then just work your way up. And they
I'm not trying to
eventually-
say I'm the big bad wolf, although I am wolf that's going to blow your house down if you don't, but somebody out there might take your spot. As we are slowly, it looks like, getting some people.
Yeah, I think we're
into the
about
server.
40 minutes out now, which we're getting ready to jump right into the battlefield. As soon as that is ready, we will have the stage out for you. And just minutes away. And which means we have the coupon. Is it a different coupon this time? Here we have the coupon. Okay, this is the other
Holy shit,
coupon. It's
this,
the package 4 this time.
WCS2 Final Clash or WCS2 Final Clash KR.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that KR code, of course, for Koreans watching this, applies to all of these codes.
Yeah, exactly. Lots of coupons already. I better put in. I wrote them down for the first match. Have two more
WC
to
is
put them down. So it seems like we already have 4. Some of these packages are actually incredible, very useful for every day. Getting those upgrade for your weapons and your equipments. I think that's exactly what you need in package 4, and a lot more materials. Yes, there are a lot more currencies being added also with the new expedition, and we need all of it. We need
You
all
got to
of
get
it.
all
Thank
of
you
it
for the
because
coupons.
you got to max out.
Mhm.
Nobody wants to be like, well, my character is like kind of okay. It didn't actually get the full thing, but I'm fine with it. No, get your coupon codes and level up. It makes a difference, as we
Mhm.
have seen and will see for the
Yeah,
rest of this
especially with
tournament.
the not just somewhat related but unrelated with the
Match
recent
2 na to,
patch with the
bossing,
expedition with the new difficulty. It's just a lot tougher. Even the top tier players, there are some moments where they
Ano
have
natin yung
difficulties throughout
title?
the expedition. So I think it's somewhat required for you to level up, get the higher power. Not just that you can join in the war, you can also enjoy more content with the team.
Absolutely, and that's how the game at the highest level is played. Is you want to have the best gear, you want to
Match
get
2?
all through all of that content, which is incredibly tough. But also for PvP experiences that you're gonna have as well, you just don't want to get caught. Because
Ayun na.
the guy you ran into, he put his coupon code in, but you didn't.
Oh,
That's the worst.
hey, Wolf. 200 away now.
Okay, getting very close, very very close.
For 89?
That may not be updated.
That
the
may not
number
be
that's there.
updated, I think. Yes,
Because-
because we're supposed to hit 95. We're supposed to hit 95. Can we get more? Can we get more subscribers right now? Click that.
Smash that sub button.
If you only have one account, make one right now. I think you have some time. Doesn't
Yeah.
take that long.
You don't have a YouTube
minute?
account? What are you doing in 2026?
I probably have 6 YouTube accounts.
Then why'd you only sub twice, G-Clip? What are you doing?
Oh, I didn't bring my phone. Didn't bring my extra phones. Only brought my phone and the laptop.
Also, why do you have so many YouTube accounts?
There are reasons. There are reasons. One for
Reasons.
gaming, one for esports. To get the algorithm right.
Yeah.
To-
One
and
for your
then-
children, I get it.
Yes. So hopefully we get that through before we are done with the match number 2. And I hear we're about a minute left.
Wow.
Before we get into the battlefield. So both teams should be finally focusing on
just
the summary.
I'm so ready to see what the strategy looks like in this one compared to the last one. Do they go straight for tower victory? Do they go straight for the bases? They try to cut off the memories from getting to those bases. Which towers of occupying are the ones that go to? Obviously, a lot of it's going to come down to the spawns. Are they spawning on the exact opposite of each other, a little bit closer to each other? Are they going to clash on the way over? All of this stuff will be decided as soon as we get in there. So I don't want to speculate, but I am very excited for it.
Yeah, depending on the starting point, if they spawn on the other side, then
Tagal naman.
they will just have draw these bases, maybe the boss on the left, and the other side exactly the same in the mirror match, and then something might happen. Seems like the game is almost being ready to load in.
It's happening, G-Clip!
Ayun, okay
Match
na.
number 2 of the semifinals of
Let's
day
go.
number 1 of YMIRCUP World Championship. Here we go.
Yes, saka Sombra,
Just going in
boss.
numbers over 200.
Match 2 na tayo,
Sombra about to be
Sana naman
all
umabot
the
sa
players loaded up
isang oras yung...
into the battlefield, and they're spawning Sombra, I believe, at 1 o'clock. Chess from 7 o'clock, so it's totally the opposite side. They won't be clashing.
O ba ang ano?
Right
They rush
now.
into the center right now. We're going to see where these two do end up
Yeah, the big
colliding.
contest, I think 4 and 6 will be the big contest at
A few
center.
players have actually been
Finisher.
sent off to the south here for Team Chess to potentially wrap around, as you guys could see at the bottom, but otherwise everyone is heading in. Now, as we see fanning out here, not entering the Tower of Victory zone just yet, here is Sombra. However, a few members of Chess are actually in that center zone, gaining information as we're starting to see these bases get captured.
Yeah, 4 and 6, not much of a contest, but 5 I think will be the key, because 3 in the middle is the boss, so it'll take a lot more time. Already going for the Tower of Occupying.
All right, so with this, Chess are going for this early Tower of Occupying, looking for a fast take of the boss base. And this actually takes a very long time, as you guys will see if you look at Tower of Occupying 2.
Yeah, this is the south, the number 2
Okay,
base.
okay to.
But with this many players focusing it down, it will be much faster, obviously, than the Tower of
Alin natin yung mga ano.
And with archers, you want to have all your archers focusing
Okay
it down,
siya, oh.
because it doesn't matter how much
Yes, to.
damage or combat power, it's kind of tick-based, so how many hits you hit onto
Amang
it,
nang
so
ano
the
ka
speed
agad?
which do it, so the number of
500.
players matters more than the strength of player. And in fact, you
400.
kind of want to have your stronger players controlling zones elsewhere. Right now,
Dami
4
Sombra.
bases to 3, as Chess have the advantage there, and so a small buff lead over Team Sombra.
Oh,
Madaming Sombra, boss.
4 over. Let's see which team. We're seeing some big contest over by 5. I think this is exactly the place, or on the way. There's a lot of battle, and the Scald does get knocked, but still plenty of HP.
Team Sombra actually also looking for a bit of a wraparound. You know, on the map you can see they're actually looking for kind of a pincer here. This actually could end up being pretty huge if they're able to get behind Team Chess and get some of their damage dealers a little bit exposed.
Yeah, they intentionally got a few parties off, going for all the way out. Let's see some of the big ultimates being dropped.
Pero hindi nila maano si ano, Pakadox. Pakador ba? Pakador.
Seems like they are okay.
Ang ano, mukhang
about to go down here. Still so
Line
much
being
controls from
Sombra trying to evade into the boss tower.
getting
huge.
so close to it, but I
Who
think
can get the last hit?
it's definitely gonna be Chess, I think.
Very likely.
Death God
Chess
got
does
it.
And most of the damage should have come from Chess.
Getting the tower alone is
Oh,
huge. It
one
gives
on.
you a huge point lead, but securing it, that's where the battle is going to happen right now. As here comes Sombra trying to deny that channel from coming through.
The boss base, 500 per each. They can certainly go in, but there's a huge contest. Sombra came late,
ayun na si Boss
and that's
MC.
why they're slightly lower in terms of numbers.
Yeah, they also just don't have the positional advantage, so Chess are just mowing them down right now. Look,
Look
at
at
the
defeated
numbers.
Yeah, no,
they have
exactly.
triple right now the defeated number of Sombra. So all these players have lost their initial revives and are going to have to try to rush over here to that base they have
Boss
captured.
MC, one of the big names from
Anong gano'n
Chess,
si XD.
going around, trying to get close.
Itik yun.
Yeah, a Rune Fighter himself as well, trying to make sure that no one can get in here and stop the channel. Sombra are denying the channel.
Ano ba malakas sa Sombra?
It ultimately does go over to Chess here. Now, they do have this boss base as well as those 4 normal bases, and Sombra spent so many resources trying to deny that capture. They've lost so many of their players. They've also lost a lot of control. Now, right now, Chess are chasing down those stragglers, because if you get left behind here, you're going to die and then get desynced. So what will happen next is Team Chess will then move into the Tower of Victory zone. You can see some of these clan members, you see old boys trying to control this top side here, are trying to see if they can get better position. But look at all these isolated members here of Sombra just getting left behind. Team Chess pulls ahead 1,200 points, and the next point of call is going to be that Tower of Victory once they clean up. As here's Jennifer 11 as well from Bill Serpents, one of the most notable members here of this server.
Yeah, one of the biggest archers, the strongest, most powerful archer in the entire, not just in the server,
But in the world, basically.
in the world, basically. Hearing rumors that Jennifer is closer to like 600k power level, and there's an entire
Force,
party around
3-6.
Jennifer as well. So we'll see.
Now we've seen the toggle of the revives. You can see most of these players here on Chess still have all of their revives. Team Sombra not
the
so
brazier,
lucky.
but you don't even need it.
Yeah, they are going to
Give
focus
all
this down. Though it's so valuable just in case this goes longer. You don't want to let anyone on the enemy team have any comeback here. So instead of actually going for the Tower Victory, they're going to look for this Brazier instead. And it's down to about 70%, 60% health here. And see, some of the Team Sombra members are trying to contest, but the Sombra server just isn't making that much headway.
Yeah, because they have so many members around this already. Just putting much focus. Can anyone even contest and come? They will be pinned down, tapped, radared, and pinned immediately. I see some of the members from Sombra all the way over, but they're just climbing behind the choke point. Can they get here in time? I think it's about 10% HP
Ayun nila,
left
ano?
on the soul.
Looks like the pressure here is just not really working out. Big heal drop down, and they are just focusing this down. It is going to go over to Team Chess. Chess server will get it. Ripper Jack picks it up. So that'll be +1 resurrection.
Yeah, but the max is 3, so you do not get to up to 4, even if you
That's
get
right.
an extra.
But
so
still, I mean, so many of those players who lost their first are now back up to 3. So
Exactly.
resources-wise,
and also, the opponent did not get to take it away
Exactly.
from you.
and you know, Sombra server already has one player who's dead completely off the
Completely dead,
server,
yes.
and that number's gonna go up and up as they try to get control of the Tower of Victory circle, but they can't get access, and they're actually just basically what we're seeing from Chess right now is catching these stragglers, and they're much better grouped up right now. As you can see, some of these entry points
Master
here,
Rage.
so tough as a Tower of
Very
Occupying here is under attack by Sombra, but they are just going to get gunned down before they can get it.
Yeah,
Only
Oh,
taking
three.
2%
Wala
of
pang
that
tower
tower
yung,
off.
ay, boss base yung
All
ano.
the way? This is near base 1? This was supposed to be the side of Sombra. Chess pushing all the way.
They're pushing
this way?
so hard right now.
Oh
and
my.
They just lost so many
They're
members.
stealing the base as well, so might as well catch all 5 normal bases. And they might actually steal the tower away. That's
This is
huge.
really rough here for Sombra server.
All got their hands on the occupying stone.
Here we go, Tower of Occupying. Just not really accessible here for
Wala,
Sombra.
walang panama yung Sombra.
And
Uy,
Chess, they're trying to steal this boss away now, which is gonna make Sombra respawn very hard to do because they were supposed to take one side, like 1 o'clock
Exactly.
to 3 o'clock.
You're
But with this boss away, then I don't even know where they can actually group and spawn now, except for the starting point.
So keep in mind they also have 2 less buffs because it's 5 bases currently to chess, which is the maximum you can have because you only have 5 clans and each clan has to occupy 1 base. But Sombra only has 3 bases, so not only are they outnumbered, and very quickly, as you can see now, 5 players have been eliminated, becoming more and more outnumbered. They aren't as powerful because they don't have those buffs. And like you said, they won't have the ability to teleport there on respawn.
Look,
You
if
can
they
see Chess gets base 7, and they have full control right now. They're rotating quickly,
Yeah.
getting the more relevant bases.
Yes. You try to rotate, if you get pinned down, you do have to really be careful where you go, which path you take. If you're alone, you will get sniped just like this. Look, Chess, the line really pushing them all the way around. This is actually outskirts, not even near
This
the
is
base
a bit of
at
a
all.
clan battle between Unleash here and Old Boys, but Old Boys look like they don't have a prayer in this one. They're just getting focused down,
Yep.
destroyed. Poor Maki is here.
Yeah, this is near the starting points, and because Sombra, they just cannot get in. There are so many choke points that are being controlled by Chess. They just have to go rotate so far and try to focus with their members. But this party that Chess has, there's a lot of power in them.
So Chess is going to replace one of their normal bases with a second boss base. That is their plan. They have full control over
This is
Tower of
base 1.
Occupying base 1, exactly. Base 1's going to go down here. It's 19%. There's not really anyone nearby to contest. So it looks like what Sombra are doing are trying to get the replacement base on the other side, but it is going to be so tough because they're being marked by all of these clans here from Chess. So Checkmate is the clan that's focusing Tower of Occupying right now with some help from the other clans like Kill Serpents here and Bro and TBJ.
There are a couple of members.
This is so many
Sombra
points. This is
trying
worth
to
so many
contest.
points. And they're going to get them. So many members
Final
of Sombra are
second.
dying trying to
Last
get in
hit,
here.
200 points.
And
Of course,
it's
Chess.
Trezra who gets it. And that will eventually be channeled here into a second boss base.
But do they even want to channel, or were they just going for the extra points on the Tower of Occupying? I think they're just going for the extra points.
They got it.
and they're rotating again.
They left because they don't need the DPS to kill the Tower of Occupying anymore, but they left there a few members,
they got
a few
the second
guards to
boss
get the capture.
base
Yeah,
now.
they did get it. They've changed one of their normal bases to this boss base, and now look like they're heading for control of the Tower of Victory. That being said, maybe not. Maybe they're actually going to rush over here. They've skipped the Tower of Victory and looking for the third Tower of Occupying. They're looking for 3
Yeah,
boss
they
base
want
control.
all of the base control because the base once the boss base is controlled, the opponent cannot take it back, unlike the normal bases. So if they have 3 control, they just have so much spawn of opportunities everywhere. 1 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and also 11 o'clock.
It's just so much more space control on the map right now for Team Chess because they're up right now, 16 members, and they have a lot of extra buffs. Their power level across the map is so much stronger that it's hard for Sombra to actually rotate. And they can't break this phalanx anymore. This is all the archers are over here focusing this down. As you can see, some
Oh,
of these
last life.
never lost members. are dying.
Gord!
And Pogador, the star player, he does not want to be
Only
losing
have
one of
2
these
left, 2 lives.
revives. He does
If
not
you die
want to lose it.
now, then he cannot really contest for the crown fight. Oh, getting
Needs to
pinned
get out.
down might be.
He needs to get out. He needs to get out. G-Club.
He already used the escape.
Okay, the heal comes through.
There's a roll.
He's taken some of these members with him. He's actually surviving for a really long time here, but if he goes down, this is a disaster.
Okay, the Scald's near him. And another backstab shot. The backstab shot not
He's
only
low,
brings you back, you can also stun the opponents. So it is a
gets
really
mounted.
good escape
He's
mechanic.
mounted. He's
okay,
safe.
okay.
But that's the one point of good news because the rest of the news is bad. Tower of Occupying 3 is down to 40%, and there is just no contest. There's a small contingency of, I believe, never lost members near that Tower of Occupying, but they cannot get close enough. I think the goal for Sombra now should be to try to regroup. As you can see, Pogador is
Again, within the time, trying to pinpoint one at a time.
Yeah,
Trying to do some damage when
Any
it's
members
possible.
Hindi lang, di
he
ba?
can find, he wants
But
to
he
pick
has
them
to be
off.
careful. There's an entire party of chess trying to take him down.
Paracetamol by Jessico.
Oh. Not
That's
that it,
another.
he was massively CC'd there.
I mean, he picked a fight thinking that maybe he could cut off a straggler, and they just turned
Baited.
and destroyed him. As Boss MC gets another here as well. Boss MC, one of the star players here for Team Chess. They have 2 boss bases.
Oh, UG. I believe that's the final life.
Wala, nalamang na yung ano.
Yeah, they're just adding so
Yes,
many
boy.
here. And right now there's 20 dead effectively for Sombra, and they're going to all respawn. Now, if that
Wala
full
kaya
boss
yung
base
Sombra,
gets
bro.
taken, by the way, 10% on this Tower of Occupying, they have, in the event of a huge battle here for the Tower of Victory, they have massive spawn advantage. This
Bakit ayaw nila?
Tower of
Hindi naman sila
Occupying
kaya.
cannot be
Bakit
retaken. So
ayaw
for the
nila
rest of
i-rect?
this game, Chess will have massive fast travel advantages to be able to get closer to reinforce the battle for the Tower of Victory. So instead of just going straight forward like we saw from Kings earlier, Chess are basically ticking all their boxes.
Yun ang sabi ko din eh.
incredibly safe,
Ba't din nila i-recta na lang mid?
as here's another shot
Ba't
of
sila
Peter
isang
for
tower,
11
tas
here.
mid?
Another boss base.
Huh?
Trying to go toward it.
They've got all 3.
Contribution plus the last hit, 400 each. So that's Chess maintaining that 1200 at least for them. Here we go, Wolf into the Tower of Victory at 46 minutes after all the bosses.
So we're definitely going to have a longer game than we had in our previous semifinals, but it doesn't necessarily look like it's going to be any less one-sided. They have full control. And remember, in our last match, there was a ton of control over the Tower of Victory pit, but they didn't have all of these buffs that Chess has. Chess has control and the buff advantage and the spawn advantage, and they are just picking off these never lost members here left and right.
But I do see some of the Chess members with like 2 and 3 lives left. The Bukador, yes, we saw him going down, so only 1 heart above his head. As you can see, 671 defeated.
He's
on the other
smart
side,
player.
7-7.
But he
So you
can't-
just can't get in.
can't
He has
get
to
in.
wait until the tower is down entirely and then maybe go for like 1 final push. There's only 1 opportunity now.
Yeah. It's going to take a really long time for the Tower of Victory to go down because, again, like I mentioned before, it's not necessarily about your combat power, your damage. The fact they have these buffs doesn't necessarily make this go down faster. They still have to be careful about how they do this. They don't want to be losing members to the tower itself, but they have the faster respawn, so even if they do, they can. Not to mention they got the Brazier earlier, so have more revives. Like, they have all the tools. Yeah. All the cards are in their hand right now.
But you see some of the members with black cards with 1 and 2 left. So it is not impossible. Like at the beginning, the defeated counts were like triple the amounts from Chess to Sombra, but it's like about double plus a little bit more. So Sombra did have some kills.
Okay,
285.
Bit of an angle here for Neverlost to get a potential pick onto Keon. Looks like he's going to go down, so loses 1 of his hearts. So good catch there. Old Boys here trying to cut off these Unleash members as well. You can see if they can get Nokia, that would be huge. But getting it, again, into this point is the ultimate goal. As you can see as well, 85%, right? It's taking a really long time to get this tower victory. That's how it works.
This is the basics. Yeah, it's trying to get all the bosses first because you eventually have to bring the crown into one of those 3 anyhow. So Chess made sure that they're going a little more safe compared to our first match, but still, it seems like they have the power level. 5,000 points for Chess now. Sombra, in comparison, about 1,300.
They're only on 2 bases. They don't have a 3rd base.
It's hard. They do have a base 9 and I believe 8.
Yes, that's
But
correct.
still, their 8 is about to be turned over as well because the inner is nearly 80% plus is controlled by Chess. See?
Oh
Chess
my
just took
God,
it
they
away
got
from
it.
them again.
So they can't get more than 5 bases, but they can specifically deny all the bases and all the buffs, and they are doing it systematically as Sombra struggle.
They're taking the buffs away. That's the thing. The buff level now in
Exactly.
Sombra is just 1.
And it will shortly be 0 if they lose control of that final base 9, by the
Yeah,
way, which is
that's
being
9.
taken
I think
by Phil
so.
Serpents as we
Very
speak.
likely.
Phil Serpents has taken it. It's gone. That's it. 0! No bases left for Sombra. They have 487 points. It's their kill
Unlike-
points
yeah.
alone they have left.
488.
Pero,
Unlike the first season, we don't stack in points. If you lose the base,
You lose it.
the point, and then the other team takes the points instead. So that's why Sombra's points are getting lower as they lose the bases. 300 and plus defeated. Okay, they're getting some work done on the outskirts. Oh, but it's about the base, and if you are spawning so far away, look.
Look at all these members that only have 1 life
know.
left, and they've already lost 20 members, period, off their server. And that number is only going to increase as this continues. The Tower Victory is down to 65% here.
But still, because of the base and the spawn, Sombra, they're not going to be spawned kept, but once it comes down to like few final, because they already lost 23, which means they already lost like 10% of their entire power on the field. And because if you have like only one life left, you cannot be aggressive as you used to be.
Well, I mean, look at this. Any Zero Heart members over here? I see one. I see two. They're all so healthy, G-Clef.
Whoa. Look at how many archers we have on the field.
So many.
If you have issues choosing classes, archers are the way.
Archers are the bread and
war.
butter.
You have so much mobility, clean tactics,
Okay,
evasion.
this is one.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. This is the big one. Now, you only have one Hail Mary chance left here as Sombra to break through. If you can actually start picking off members who are focusing the Tower Victory, perhaps even during the Tower Victory attack, there's a world where you could actually maybe get some momentum and get some control over the choke point. That's what you have to pray for if you are Sombra. They got their bases back, and now they're setting up for a push. This is their last chance, frankly, G-Clef.
Trying to go for base 7 and 10. They've got it pretty quickly. Can they actually get... Oh, okay, 4 bases in their hands at least. So that's good. And Chess, on the other hand, they already had at least a member on ready to channel for the other bases because likely these were going to be taken away. So Sombra back on 2,000. At least somewhat on even footing in terms of the buffs.
Yeah, the buffs, they have the buffs. Now they have 5 buffs. They have the base buff level 5, which means this is the time to fight before those get taken away. And as you see, some of these members are so low. They need to do it, and they need to do it fast as another one goes down. 38 members
See a lot
removed.
of these one life left members in the party. They're moving together at least now, which is very good news. Been pointing onto Neko ATK.
Okay,
3 lives.
Reses, but he is, of course, just going to be able to teleport straight back to the ball space, so need to turn this into an opportunity if possible, as again, this Tower Victory is getting lower and lower.
Yeah, we should get to see the mini-map, because on the mini-map, all the Sombra members on the right, rotating outskirts.
They're looking for that final push.
Yes,
it's
at
that
least they
final
control
push.
the choke point this time so they can get closer to the base 8.
So base 5 is where I think that's the approach angle they probably need to take, because if you go through there, that's where you're going to have the respawn. That's where most of your team is.
Walang panama yung Sombra, boy.
They're splitting into 2 groups, and maybe they're going to try to go for a bit of a pincer attack. Either way, they've only got one real shot, and they're just going to, Chess are like, well, we're just going to take the fight to you. They're going to leave some of the DPS on the Tower Victory, and they're going to try to catch some of these stragglers and try to eliminate further the Team Sombra members.
That's why the Tower Victory was going down slower and slower, because a lot of these high-power parties, I think they have came down off of the field trying to go for the choke point and follow the members of Sombra. Look, already 62 dead. Yeah, 62 they cannot come back.
I mean, that's a third.
Adding to that 65
that's
now.
That's a third of their player base, and so many more are going down as Chess continue to hit the Tower of Victory. It's just getting worse and worse here for
Sombra.
Respawn can't for those who have the ability to respawn, because that's hard few between. Very few people can respawn.
There are few parties coming down from the base 11 on the left side. They've got some control to keep the buffs up at least. They found some. They found a hole to poke in, but immediately they have to retreat back. They just cannot contest. Look,
Tower Victory.
Dead hearts.
25%.
They have to really find the Brazers if they spawn, but with this less of a controlled field, I don't know if they can.
See Team Chess replacing one of their bases for better respawns. They're looking for this fight.
Going down.
Yeah, a few more. UG's down. Looks like here, isolated.
If you don't have your Scald party member, getting those revived right next to you, you are...
They're losing a lot of their old boy clan members.
Movement decrease.
And the Tower Victory.
22% na lang yung tower mid.
Constantly being pushed down further and further.
Okay, there's a
tower, 22, 21.
Last chance, last fight.
Yeah, they think this is now or never. They're not going to wait for the crown, so they stop doing some damage on the Tower of Victory, trying to go for the push.
So many members of
the Berserkers are here. Pushing the front line. Even the Skull's doing massive damage. That AoE.
Skull trying to look for a heal here for these Sombra members, but they're up to 80 dead now.
Yeah, Jennifer, when this Archer pushes with like Automaton, like Solar Eclipse, with the ultimate, you are just all dead. These AoEs are just too powerful.
Right now, Chess have double the eliminations of Sombra. replacing to base 5 now.
Yeah, got all the center bases back to chess.
And they just took their focus off of Tower Victory and have just been killing these members here, these stragglers. Kyosuke also going to go down. And they've replaced now to base 5 one more time. I want to point out, one member of chess has been deleted.
Yusuke, last life.
He is gone.
Oh yeah, there's no other party member around him. 99 dead, 100. Half of the team almost gone from the field from Sombra. Now, time to focus on Tower Victory.
Tower Victory back to the focus point here. 15%.
16 saka ano, 100. 160 na lang yung member ng ano. Ang Sombra. Nasa loob.
You have to imagine, as they just had so much control.
3-5 ang chess eh.
Even if the other 114 Sombra members come down to the center,
Ay, 218 na lang pala sila. 16 pa din.
I want to spend some time, since this game looks like it is reaching its conclusion, talking about the coordination here of chess server. They did such a good job of constantly surgically removing Sombra's bases when those big fights were happening early on. They got all 3 boss bases. They played this game perfectly. They left nothing to chance. They left no comeback mechanics. And now that they're focusing the Tower Victory, they know they have the numbers advantage. Just period. Yes, there's 5 normal bases for Sombra at the same amount of buffs, but they just don't have the numbers to contest it.
Hindi nila kayang hawakan yung crown. Walang may kayang humawak ng crown sa Sombra, boy.
But also, they should be able to, with very little contest, walk this one in. Let's see where it's going to spawn. The touchdown point as it goes down here.
As the Tower Victory down, extra points.
Sino hawak?
As they pick up this crown, we'll see who's going to be the holder.
Sanji. Sino hawak?
Who will they give it to?
Sombra will wait or contest now for the crown.
They're looking for the contest.
Walking with the crown out will be nearly impossible at this rate.
Oh, Megan.
Megan 02, one of the star players here for chess.
Megan nakahawak.
And then the crown is going for base 1 at 2 o'clock.
And Sombra server is set up in the right place to stop this and contest. This is we're going to have the biggest battle of the semi.
Wala may
for Sombra.
Bawas kay ano.
But can they get next to him?
Kay Megan.
So far untouched. As more and more members get taken out here.
So many clanmates around.
Megan here just,
wala na to, panalo na to si ano.
Straight up to 12 o'clock.
Panalo na to, chess.
And gonna
So
take
Kings versus chess nga, no. Tama tayo ng prediction, boy.
Stand here, trying to control these exit points. But as we continue to, as you can see here, as we continue to move forward, he's actually going to take, Megan is taking the northern exit and will look for a wraparound because he knows that those choke points on the other side are a little bit tougher.
This is the tough point. That's why everyone's gathered up here.
Even with this much of an advantage for chess, they still take the safest path. They still do the right thing.
Because the base 7, base 8 adjustment, adjacent, normal bases are still in control of Sombra.
Yeah,
that's the thing. They can spawn right next to it and immediately join the fight, join forces, and take the crown. Because if you have the crown, you have so many debuffs on you. You can't be taken down immediately.
There's been nothing left to chance. There's been no risks taken here for chess whatsoever. I mean, they're living up to their name, chess. They are going to. They have already essentially gotten checkmate, G-Clef. There's just no way out. Look at this. Look at where are the Sombra members? Nowhere nearby. They only have one more chance.
Yeah, the other bases are going to be controlled.
But this game is effectively done.
Yeah, the death count going up above 100 again for Sombra. It's a crown holder. You move super slow. You get knocked and stunned very easily because you have the negative res.
Look at this. Everyone in syncs here with the mounts. Just jumping into the air.
Almost a celebration.
Ceremony. Yeah, a ceremony here, frankly.
But not entirely. Sombra looking for a chance.
They will not go quietly into that good night. I don't think they can stop this crown, but maybe they can at least give us a show, G-Clef.
There's a line of chess waiting for them.
And Pokador's still alive on his last life.
Burning all the big skills and semi-ultimates even beforehand, just to make sure chasing down one of the final targets. Okay, as the crown goes closer and closer to base 1, the touchdown field.
Ano lang buhay nila eh.
Here we go, Sombra actually diving on it.
Yeah, they're trying to make one last stand here, but no one is
mga buhay nila eh.
at 100%. No one nearby. Completely denied.
Compare mo sa
ano? The damage here.
Compare mo sa tatlo, dalawa.
More and more members up to 130.
Wala pa yung ano.
That's gonna go to 150.
Like 6 on the field.
Gonna go up to over 150. They've only got like 60 people left, G-Clef.
Yeah, that was the real big last contest I think that they could have done with Sombra. I don't think that many members have that many lives left
Megan's
on
already
them now.
there.
Yeah.
Megan's already there.
I think it's all
It's a
done
done
and
deal.
set now. As the crown slowly now